The nose tackle is number 50, Rob Shucker. The linebackers are number 49, Jeff Unterkoffler, and number 41, Jim O'Connell. The other linebacker is number 22, Mark Judge. In the secondary, the two defensive halfbacks are number 36, Vin Shortino, and number 46, Dan O'Connor. The safety is Bill Carisco. We're about ready to begin today's game. We'd like to remind you that our sponsors are sponsoring a Player of the Week, which will be awarded after the game. Before we have today's kickoff, let me tell you a little bit about the teams playing today. First, the visiting Dutchmen. They're coached by Mr. George Jacob. Their 1983 record was 7-2. However, in 1984, they are 0-1, having lost last week to Rye 27-12. They finished for a tie last year.
Kicking for TZ.
They finished in a tie last year, as a matter of fact, for first place with Nanuet High School. They were on the Delaware package with the wing tee, which is primarily a running offense. We'll get more to them in a minute. We're about ready to start today's ball game. Tap NZ in the white to the right of your screen will be kicking off to Nanuet in the black and gold to your left. Coach is calling the players off the field. I really don't know why. No doctor. There is no doctor. We cannot have a game without a doctor. Naturally, just a precautionary method, but a very essential one. Very important to have a doctor on the field at all times during the course of a game. Let's face it, folks, football is a physical game, and injuries are a part of the game. And usually they're not of a serious nature, but it's always important to have a doctor on hand. It seems that the doctor has arrived, and we're ready for the ball game again. Okay, a little levity to begin the game. Number 81, Mike Drummond, kicks off for the Dutchman. Going deep for the Golden Knights is number 22, Mark Judge, and number 21, Bill Carisco, are deep to receive the kickoff. Beautiful day for a game. Wind not necessarily a factor, although the sun might be a factor. The two boys receiving the kick are looking into a very, very bright mid-afternoon sun, and this could be a factor in the ball game. About ready to kick off. Drummond moves into the ball, and we're underway. It's a high but relatively short kickoff. Coming down to number 22, Mark Judge, at the 15-yard line. Cuts up the field. He's got a gap on the sideline. He's up over the 40-yard line, near midfield, before he's knocked out of bounds.
To the midfield line, where it will be Nanuet's ball, 1st and 10.
An excellent run back on the play by number 22. That's Mark Judge. As the kids, I was told by the coach, like to call whenever he runs with the football, here come the Judge. And he brought the ball upfield, and it's marked at the Nanuet 49-yard line, 1st and 10. I'll tell you a little bit about Nanuet High School, particularly on offense. They run a very varied offense. They run some wing, some eye, some motion. In other words, they like to keep you guessing. And they like to move the ball down the field. Right now, they're in the I formation. Handoff is to number 22. Judge, he fumbles the ball. The ball is blown dead. The ball is blown dead. There is a new rule on the books now that as long as a hit does not jar the ball loose, it is not considered a fumble. In that particular case, Mr. Judge was knocked down. The ball popped out of his hand as he hit the ground. Therefore, not a fumble. Not considered a fumble. Nice blocking at the point of attack by the offensive line, particularly the tackles. And Judge ran it up the field for 5 yards, bringing it up 2nd and 5. They break the huddle. It's number 14. The quarterback, Tom Dillon, calling signals. You got a pro set offense, number 41 in motion. Spins, he's running the action, finds a little gap, moves upfield for a short gain. That was a reverse option series out of the pro set. Man went in motion. They rotated towards the motion. Faked the ball inside to the fullback. The quarterback, 14, Dillon, kept the ball, moved up the field for a short gain. Brings up a 3rd and, well, 3 or so. 3rd and a long 3 situation. Let's see what the Golden Knights choose to do in this. This is kind of one of those in-between yardage things where it's a little too long to run, but passing can be a little bit risky. Again, in the pro set, Dillon calling signals. Turns, straight handoff to the fullback. It's going to be close to the 1st down. That's Matt Underkoffler, their hard-running fullback, number 49, and a straight dive play up the middle. It'll be close to the first down, depending on where the officials mark the ball. Calling official timeout. They're going to call it for a measurement. Chains are coming in. In talking to Coach Conklin last night, he said the key to their success, or the key to the success for today's game anyway, would be to keep Tappan Zee fairly confused. Tappan Zee is a big ball club, large men up front, and very physical. So he felt the only way that they could sustain any kind of offense and control the ball was to be basically unpredictable. Right now, they've come out in a couple of different sets. They've come out in the pro set. They've also come out in the power I formation, and they move the ball up the field for a first down. It's 1st and 10 for the Knights on the Dutchman 41-yard line. Pro set again. Ball's handed off to and straight inside. Number 22 breaks the tackle at the 25, shows good speed before he's run down. Excellent deception by the quarterback, Dylan. Picked up 20 yards on the carry, popped through there very quickly. I understood that Nanuet would be very quick, and indeed they are. And they have the horses up front. Coach Conklin said the key to his offensive success this year, even though he does have good skilled people, is the boys up front. And let me tell you, it's what's up front that really counts. They made a nice hole for them. Number 22, Judge, popped in there, used his quickness for a 20-yard gain.
About the 11.
It's 1st and 10 on just outside the 10-yard line. It's conceivable to get a first down before they score. It's Underkoffler. Right now, they're just running the dive. They're running the straight dive to either running back from the pro set. In this particular case, it really isn't a true fullback. In other words, a back directly behind the quarterback. They have a split backfield, which is the pro set, and they're just handing the ball off in a straight dive. The key to success in the straight dive is the offensive line, and they're doing an excellent job. And as soon as we get a break in the action, I'll set that offensive line for you, because Coach Conklin said to single them out because they do an excellent job. Get two, went to the outside, straight handoff again, and it's a touchdown. Underkoffler takes it in from the 5. Nanuet looks tough.
Scores his first TD of the 1984 season, and scored Nanuet 6, TZ 0.
An excellent drive down the field using a ball control type of game, sprinkled with a couple of long gainers. But I tell you, Nanuet looks very, very tough up front. Straight dive handoffs, nothing fancy there. A little bit of motion, a few mixes in the formation, a few changes, but nothing exceptionally fancy. Just good hard running and good blocking at the point of attack.
Attempt the extra point.
It's number 10, Jeff Sanchez, with the extra point, and it is good.
Nanuet 7, TZ 0.
Nanuet leads Tappan Zee 7-0. It was an excellent looking drive. Nanuet looks very tough. Coach Conklin told me they wouldn't do anything. Sanchez moves into the ball. It's a good kickoff, high and fairly deep down to the 15-yard line.
Takes the ball.
Picked up by number 41, Benz. Breaks a tackle and moves upfield. Nice run back up to the 36-yard line.
Stopped by Jerry Stead. TZ's ball.
After leading early in the game, they seem to fade. They run pretty much the wing T offense and use the Delaware, which is an option offense. Nothing very fancy. They're big, they're physical, and they come at you with a good running game. Ball is handed off. It's a fumble on the play. I believe Tappan Zee has recovered, though, but it's a substantial loss on the play. Okay, option. He faked to the dive, off tackle, and pitched to number 27, Wendell Jackson, but there was a fumble on the play. Wing to the right again, split backfield. Calling singles, turns, fakes to the fullback, fakes the pitch, cuts upfield. It's number 12, John Lyman. Actually, he's wearing number 17 today. According to my records, he was number 12. But and last year had an excellent game against Nanuet in their 14-3 win. Again, wing to the right, man in motion is number 41. There's the option series again. Looked like he was going to throw, but he's hammered down.
By number 49,
Jeff Underkoffler, who is their big hitter on defense. Number 49 from his middle linebacking spot. Did not go for the fake. Read the option series, tracked down the quarterback, and hammered him for a loss. It's going to be 4th and 15. Tappan Zee going deep for Nanuet. is number 36, Vinny Shortino. And number 21, Bill Carisco, a sophomore. Good punt, good high hanging kick. Carisco takes the ball at his own 34-yard line, looks for a gap to the outside, finds nothing though, and is hammered down at his own 41-yard line. Good return though, a lot of north and south motion. You don't want to go east and west on the punt return. You want to find drive right now.
41-yard line.
Dillon under the center, you got a power I formation.
Tom Dillon in the quarterback.
Turns in the power I formation, hands off to number 41. That's Jim O'Connell. A 5'9", 170-pound running back. Nothing fancy there, just only picked up a yard, yard and a half. Let's make it 2nd and 9. Have the pro set right now, flanker to the left, split end to the right. Dillon calling signals in a split backfield. Handoff straight up the middle.
Dillon handing off to number 49.
That's Underkoffler. Stopped dead in his tracks by number 41. An excellent defensive play.
Tackle.
Big defensive club, honest. Right now, you have a slot to the left-hand side, I formation. Dillon straight back to pass. Turns up the middle. He's got a man open. Ball was slightly low. Could have been caught, though. Pass was intended for number 41, Jim O'Connell. That was the man in the slot. They ran a nice pattern there with one man doing a post pass. Deep to return the kick is number 41. That's Pat Benz, a dangerous returner in 22. Who unfortunately I don't even have on my roster right now. Very good kick and a short return. And they're very, very physical. They're very quick and they're very physical. They come off the football, which is most important in high school football. Okay, had the wing T offense, the man in motion, straight handoff. Not much there, not much again. I don't think that ball, they make the plays behind the line of scrimmage. There was a loss of 1 on the play, bringing up a 2nd and 11 from their own 25-yard line. Man in motion is number 41, Benz.
Lyman
turns, throws over here to 41, Benz. Makes a nice move, faking inside. He's got the outside corner, picked up some good yardage. Enough for the first down.
Knocked out of bounds by Carisco and Underkoffler.
Excellent play there by both the quarterback, Lyman, and number 41. Notoriety as, let's say, a Lyman does, but he can hurt you. He's a good athlete. Man in motion right now, breaks the bone. Lyman calling signal, same play to the other side, except this time to number 27. Wendell Jackson showing excellent speed, running a tightrope along the sideline. That last play. As I said, unfortunately, illegal procedure moves the ball back. We have a 1st and 15 for the Dutchmen at their own 36-yard line. Ben's in motion. That's right, fakes the pass.
Handing off.
It's kind of delayed drive, fumble on the play. The Golden Knights recover. That is a fumble on the play. Tell me they're blowing that dead. Poor call by the referee. In my opinion, in that particular case, it was a poor call by the referee. That ball was jarred loose by a tackle. The ball popped in the air and was recovered by the Golden Knights. However, according to the referee, they say his knee had touched and therefore the play was blown dead. Very questionable to me. I would have given the ball to the Golden Knights in that particular instance. But a 5-yard gain, bringing up a 2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line. Lyman calling signals, runs the option series. He's going nowhere.
Number 50, Rob Tucker.
Number 50, that's the nose tackle. Very key in the 53 defense. Takes a lot of Golden Knights. Throw some of those short patterns. Set up the long pass. Open up this defense a little bit. Double wing formation, single backfield. Lyman goes back to pass. He's looking for a receiver. He's hammered in the backfield.
Lyman stopped by 82, John Hipala.
That's the defensive end, number 82, John Hipala. Took a nice rush, boxed the quarterback, forced him into the middle where there was nowhere to go with the on-rushing middle lineman, the defensive tackle. Golden Knights is number 21, the sophomore Bill Carisco. High snap, fumbles the snap. He'll never get it off. Trying to circle the end, breaks a couple of tackles. But then he's finally run down in the backfield on an excellent play.
Mike Del Paso.
Number 55, Mike Del Paso made an excellent play there. If he would not have run down that particular kicker on that play, he had lots of room up the sideline and could have gone for quarter. The Golden Knights leading right now, 7-0. Dillon takes the snap, hands off to Fordin, and Underkoffler running hard. He was hit at the line of scrimmage and carried at least 4 tacklers. It took at least 4 tacklers to take him down, but he still picked up 4 yards on the play, bringing up 2nd and 6 from the Dutchman 26-yard line. The clock is not in proper working order. I've just been informed that there's just over 2 minutes left to play in the first quarter. 2nd and 7. Knights on the 26-yard line. Straight handoff, this time to number 22.
Hand off to Mark Judge.
That's Mark Judge. Moves up the field for a short gain. 3 or 4 yards. Move the ball as well. But their offensive linemen really do come off the line of scrimmage in excellent fashion. Right now, we have a slot to the right, split backfield. Dillon calling the signals. Looking over the defense, turns. Straight handoff again to number 49. Matt Underkoffler. Short gain. He'll be short of the first down, but he'll bring up 4th down and short. I'm sure in this particular situation, Coach Conklin will want to go for the ball game. Go for the touchdown. I know he wants to take an early lead and hold the lead, control the ball against Tappan Zee, trying to keep the ball away from their dangerous running backs, Wendell Jackson and Pat Benz, and also the quarterback, John Lyman. The longer Tappan Zee can keep the ball, the more you take away the threat of Mr. Lyman for Tappan Zee. Straight handoff up the middle. He's short. He stopped short. Dillon turned and handoff to Judge. That big defensive line rose to the occasion. Right in the middle of it again was number 74, Guy Calera. At 6'3", 245 pounds. Okay, we're starting the second quarter. Tappan Zee has the ball on their own 16-yard line. The wing T formation. Number 17, Lyman, the quarterback, turns. Number 27, Jackson, makes a good cut, breaks a tackle.
36, Vince Cortino.
Breaks a tackle in the backfield and move the ball up the field for a nice gain. Looks like a... Wing T, man in motion.
Lyman with the ball.
Lyman takes the ball. Straight sprint out. It's being hammered, big loss on the play. They strung out the play very well. Mike Del Palo, 14-3. It was John Lyman who engineered both drives, 4 scores, and last week scored 1 touchdown himself and passed for another in a losing effort, so he is dangerous. Fakes the option, reverse option, breaks a tackle, makes a tackle and moves up the field. He's been close to a first down. They're going for it. Very, very bold move this early in the game, this deep in your own territory. I like it, though. Exciting football, you play to win.
Lyman carrying the ball.
Lyman sneaks, and I believe he has enough for the first down. Yes, he does.
Stop by.
No flags on the play. It'll be a first down. Very, very... They're in the wing again. Lyman, the quarterback. The 2 running backs, Benz and Jackson. Turns, hands off. New running back in the ball game. I believe that was the fullback, number 30. Moves up the field, got good yardage on first down. That's looking to get 4 or 5 yards every time they ran the football, and he thought he'd have to do that to win the ball game. Turns and spins to number 41. He's hit behind the line. An excellent play there.
John Hipala.
It's number 82, the defensive end. Hipala tripped him up in the backfield.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Benz made a nice move to formation. Wing to the left, that's Jackson in the wing. Lyman looking over the defense, calling the signals. Turns, fakes a halfback, looking to throw the ball downfield. The ball is well overthrown now. Good defensive coverage.
And Billy Caruso defending.
There's excellent coverage in the defense on Bill Caruso. And number 36, Chatino. Another bad snap. Another bad snap.
Nanuet's ball on the 2-yard line.
Another bad snap from the center. Another big break for the Tappan Zee Gold. For the Nanuet Golden Knights. A tough break for Tappan. Short gain on the play. Maybe a yard, maybe 2 yards. Just some good hard running by 49 Underkoffler. But not much of a hole there. Right now, they know where they're coming and saying, well, stop us. Virtually no gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Power I formation again. His handoff to Underkoffler again. Stopped dead in his track for nothing.
The ball again.
They're just not getting good blocking at the point of attack as they were in the first quarter. That was number 71, Big Ron Olson, 6'3", 220 pounds, who knifed in there to make a power I formation directly at those big defensive linemen. Change in formation, fakes a handoff, it's going to pass, man open in the end zone, and it's dropped. Good pass, good play, nice play, play action. It was a play action pass. It held the linebacker. Number 82, John Hipala, at the end, did a nice square out deep into the corner of the end zone. He was open, the ball was there, and he just flat out dropped. Kick in the warm-ups before the game, and he is an excellent kicker. This is well within his range. The ball is just about straight on, so it's basically a chip shot. It's a fake, though. It's got a man open in the end zone, touchdown.
Tom Dillon. to number 41.
Excellent play, excellent play. They faked the field goal. However, the primary receiver was covered. Dillon did an excellent job of not forcing the throw. They hold the other team back and deep in their own territory, receive the punt with good field position, and then have a chance to take it in for another score. That's a prudent risk, one that I would take.
Jeff
Ball is down,
Sanchez
stop,
the
it's
extra
good.
point.
See what the call is.
Against
Illegal
Nanuet.
procedure against Nanuet. It'll come back again. They'll have to kick it again. 5 yards deeper this time. However, the way Sanchez, number 10, has been kicking, it does their side today. They're perpetually in a hole. That's tough for a defense to play, especially against a good offensive club like Nanuet. It's a snap. Ball is down, a hold. Kick is low. Just made it over the top, though. Barely made it over the crossbar, but it's still good.
TZ 0.
Doesn't matter how much you clear the crossbar by, as long as you do clear the bar, and it did. The point is good. Sanchez moves into the ball, kicks. Good kick. Nice high kick. Brings Goswick down to the 12-yard line. Flags down on the play. Moves the ball up the field. Breaks a couple of tackles.
Jeff Underkoffler,
before he's hammered down by number 49, Jeff Unterkoffler, with a shirt tackle and tossed him to the ground. However, there's a flag down on the play and a player also down. I believe you're going to have a clip on the play. Shift into a 4-4 defense. That's 4 down linemen and 4 linebackers. Right now, they're in the 53 defense. No, actually, now it's a 4-4 defense. Tap NZ in the wing, man in motion. Lyman turns, hands to the fullback, new running back in there. That's number 46. That's Jason Gotsis.
Gotsis carrying the ball.
Good run, good gain on first down. Picked up 9 yards on first down. Nice hole in the line, in the middle of the line of scrimmage. He moved the ball, ran hard up the field, second and short. This is a good play. This is a good time maybe to play action pass right here, second and short, and see what happens. Lyman under, calling signals, straight dive handoff to his fullback. That's number 34, Goswick, carrying the ball for the first down and more. Picked up 5 yards on the play, up to the 29-yard line. In formation, number 27, that's Jackson in the wing, goes in motion. Lyman takes the handoff, fakes one way, turns. Nanuet recovers.
Jeff Underkoffler recovers the fumble. Nanuet's ball, first and 10.
Mr. Underkoffler, 49, who's been Mr. Do-It-All for Nanuet, recovers the fumble. That fumble was not caused by a hit, but rather a poor handoff. He faked. That was a reverse option play, faking one way, coming back and handing off to the halfback coming in the other direction. 53 defense. Nanuet in.
Dillon on a pitch out to Underkoffler.
Underkoffler breaks a tackle in the backfield and rambles upfield. Nice looking play there. Good gain on first down. It's very hard. Pro set again. Dillon under the center calling signals. Turns, fakes, runs the option series. It's got a big gap.
Dillon goes down to the 10-yard line. Stopped by Drummond for TZ.
That's the Delaware option package being run to perfection. Faking, riding the fullback in the middle, puts the ball right into the stomach of the fullback, rides him, reads the play of the linebackers. The linebackers defends the 9-yard line. Again, the pro set. Man in motion. Straight handoff. That's number 22. It's hit and straightened up at the 5-yard line.
Down to about the 5.
Good blocking again in the line of scrimmage. There was a good hole at the point of attack. They come off the ball, they hit you where it counts. That's up front. Right now, they're coming off the ball well and moving the larger Tappan Zee defenders out of the way. In that case, number 22 had a good hole. That's Mark Judge, ran up the field for 5 yards and it was met head-on at the 5, stopped dead in his tracks. At 140 pounds, I don't think 22 is going to instill much fear in the heart of some of those big linebackers, but it was still a good game. Pro set again. Dillon calling signals. Second and goal from the 5-yard line. Turns. Option play again. He's got a hole. Looks close to the score. It is a touchdown.
Touchdown. Tom Dillon runs in for a Nanuet touchdown.
Tom Dillon running the option series to perfection. Faked in the middle to his halfback. Number 22, Mark Judge. Good fake in the line. Pulled the ball out. Cut upfield, directly upfield, nothing fancy in terms of his running, had a good hole, smelled the goal line, and scored. Touchdown, number 14, Tom Dillon. Sanchez, number 10, is in to kick. Right now the score is 20-0
4 minutes to go in the half.
of the Nanuet Golden Knights. 4 minutes remain in the first half right now, with Nanuet leading 20-0. You know, it's a shame because Tappan Zee is not playing a bad ball game. However, every break that could go against them is. But there's one. They just got a break there. The ball hit the crossbar. Again, another low kick by Sanchez. The ball was low and hit the crossbar, and it looks like the penalty is going to be against Tappan Zee. Boy, when it rains, it pours. It's tough to say on such a beautiful day. We could have said that last week. My cameraman Todd here is laughing because every time I did say that, it's exactly what happened. But as a figure of speech for Tappan Zee right now, it's Murphy's Law. Everything that can go wrong did go wrong at the worst possible moment. Here, Nanuet even misses the extra point as it hits the crossbar when we have a penalty on the play. Offsides against Tappan Zee. They get to do it again. And I think right now, with the added yardage, that Nanuet is going to go for the 2-point conversion. And yes, they are. Come out, they break the huddle. That's Dylan under the center in a power I formation. Deep back is number 22, Mark Judge. Dylan turns around, turns over, hands to number 49, and under conflict. There was no hole there. There was no hole. That was good running. He was stopped in his tracks right at the line of scrimmage. However, he slid to his right, kept his legs moving, which all running backs should do. Kept his legs moving, kept churning and bouncing to the outside till finally fell across the goal line for the 2-point conversion. It's a timeout on the field. Just under 4 minutes remain in the first half. You have the Nanuet Golden Knights leading the Tappan Zee Dutchmen 22-0. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Jacob does with 4 minutes left in the first half, whether he'll open up his offense, try to get something on the scoreboard quickly, or rather try to run out the clock, keep the ball out of the hands of the dangerous Nanuet offense, and go in and regroup at halftime. I have the feeling that Coach Jacob, who went for 4th and 1 from his own 25-yard line early in the first half, would tend to try to put the ball in the end zone, and I like that. I support that kind of coaching. Sanchez moves into the ball, another good kick. Comes down to the 15-yard line. It's fumbled around. That's Goswick, number 34. Good block, and then a good hit.
Tackle by Kevin Riley.
An excellent block up there by number 41. That's Benz. Took one man out, really knocked him down. Then 34 was hammered down on the play by number 20. That's Kevin Riley, an 11th grade, 5'7", 145-pound reserve halfback. Boy, it's fun to play in those special teams, especially when you're winning 22-0. You can really rage and romp and stomp back there. Double wing formation from Tappan Zee. They have the ball in their own 28-yard line, little under 4 minutes left to play. That's Benz in motion. Lyman turns, straight drop back pass. He's got a good rush on. He's sacked. He's sacked on the play.
Scott Apala in on the tackle. Number 50, Rob Shucker in on the tackle.
That was number 63 also, Tom Anisi there for supplying the pressure from his tackle spot. Right now, they've bottled up Mr. Lyman quite well, and I believe that's the key to them being in the lead in this ball game, 22-0. They have shut down Lyman completely. Has not been able to successfully run his option outside of a few plays anyway, and certainly has not had enough time to pass. Big loss of 11 yards on the play brings up 2nd and 21 for Tappan Zee. Man in motion is 41 Benz. Lyman goes.
Lyman on the handoff.
Straight handoff. Tam it again. That's number 52.
Carrying the ball.
Jerry Stedge
Tackle by Wayne Franklin.
Number 52, Jerry Stedge, from his defensive tackle spot, put the hammer on number 34, Goswick. No gain on the play. Still 3rd and long, 3rd and 21 situation. Tappan Zee breaks the huddle, moves to the line of scrimmage, double wing formation again. It's Lyman looking over the defense, calling signals. Jackson is the man in motion. Lyman goes straight back to pass, rolling out, now rolling to the end, getting a block on the corner by Jackson.
Stopped by Mark Judge.
Number 22, Mark Judge, put him down on the play. Got a nice point on the end by Wendell Jackson, number 27.
2 minutes to go in the half.
But he picked up about 9 or 10 yards on the play. There was only one problem there. They needed 21, so it brings up 4th and 11. 4th and 11, and once again, back to kick for Tappan Zee is number 12, who unfortunately is not listed on the program, so I can't give you his name, but he gets a good snap and he gets a good high kick.
Bill Carisco returning
That's
the ball.
Carisco, the sophomore, taking it, handling the punt, moves the ball and picked the ball up on the 40-yard line, moved it up 6 yards to the 46-yard line, 1st and 10 for Nanuet. Really interesting to see what Coach Conklin does at this particular point of the game. He's got good field position. I'd like to see whether he does something risky or whether he'll just be rather conservative and try to ground out the clock with just about 3 minutes remaining in the first half. I'm sure with this much time left in the game, he'd like to put another score up on the scoreboard. There's still a whole half of football left to play, and you can never rest on one's laurels. So, and knowing Coach Conklin, I'm sure that he feels he needs a lot more scores to win here. Inside trap play. Inside trap play. Nice play by number 55 on that for Tappan Zee High School.
Less than a minute to go in the half.
Again, he's not listed on my program. Sometimes with some of these schools, when their home jerseys and their away jerseys is somewhat different. But there was a nice play by 65. Was supposed to be trapped on the play, fought off the trap, forced the man inside, into the inside pursuit. Short gain. As a matter of fact, no gain, 2nd and 10. Fakes the handoff, he's looking long. He's got a man open down the field.
Pass is complete.
As I said, and speaking with Coach Conklin, he knows that Tappan Zee is a very dangerous squad. He knows what happened last year. He was leading through most of the ball game, only to lose with 6 minutes left to play in the game. Excuse me. So he's looking for another score here. Excellent play call. Fake inside to the fullback. Pull the ball out. Dylan, look downfield. A nicely thrown ball. In that particular case, the defensive halfback for Tappan Zee was playing the man and not playing the ball. Good defensive technique there. As a defensive back, you're coached when a guy goes downfield on a sprint or fly pattern like that was, what you have to do is sprint with the man. Put your head down, sprint stride for him. And when he looks up for the football, you look up at the same time and then play the football, which will always help to prevent the pass interference call. In that particular case, the cornerback, number 22, was playing the man all the way, did not look for the football, did not look back over his shoulder for the football when the receiver did, and therefore it was a long completion. Let me remind you again today, while we have a break in the action, that timeout was called by Nanuet. That today's game is being sponsored by Erickson Oldsmobile, Toyota of Rockland, Major Muffler, and El Bandito Restaurants. You'll find I in the backfield, fakes the pitch, looking to pass again. He's got a man open over the middle. Good defense, though, right now. Nice crossing pattern. He had a crossing pattern. O'Connor, number 46, breaking on the post pattern over the middle. However, he had number 49, Underkoffler, on the square out. And it looked like Underkoffler was open. However, Dylan chose to go with the post pattern. Then it was knocked down by number 81. Number 81 is Mike Drummond, playing defensive back. A nice-sized kid, 6'2", 180 pounds, and he stretched out that 6'2" frame to knock down the pass over the middle. 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line. Dylan calling signals, I backfield, fakes the pitch out again. Looking to pass, big rush on the play. He's dragged down. Excellent play by number 74 again. Was also playing an excellent game. That's Rich Froyo, and according to my records, was not even scheduled to play.
Timeout, Nanuet.
Excuse me, that was Guy Calera again, number 74, Guy Calera. Who, as I said, according to the starting roster, was not slated to start today, and yet has played an excellent game. 6'3", 245 pounds, and showed excellent quickness on that play and running down Dylan in the backfield for a substantial loss. Loss of about 9 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd and 18 with the ball on the 22-yard line of Tappan Zee. You know, it's funny, it's hard to say that when you're down 22-0 that you're playing a good defensive game, but with... I had to move it. They asked me to move it. It's hard to say that you played a good defensive ball game, though, with 22-0 down with still over a half left to play in the ball game. But when you turn the ball over consistently, when you turn the ball over consistently, as Tappan Zee has done today, it's very difficult for a defense to expect to hold
During halftime,
when you're playing on the field as much
box.
as they are, plus playing with bad field position. Coaches are off the field. Play is ready to resume. 54 seconds approximately left in the first half. 3rd and long situation. Backfield, Dillon calling signals. Man in motion. Straight drop back pass. It's a screen pass here to the left-hand side. He's got a few blockers in front of him. That's onto Koffler again. Oh, and he's hammered down on the play.
Stopped by number 71, Olsen.
Good play called. Some good running by Unterkofler, but boy, was he whopped by number 71. That's Ron Olsen, 6'3", 220 pounds. And I tell you, Unterkofler got hammered on that play, but he got up quickly. It's much a credit to him. He's 190 pounds, able to take a tackle like that. And boy, he did get tackled. He was hammered down on the play. Tappan Zee is a physical club, as I said, but when you're on defense and you're playing on the field this much, you're bound to get a little tired. You know, it's funny, people always say, well, the offense is on the field just as much of the time as the defense, but it's different. It's a different style of play. Knowing where you're going, makes things a little bit easier. You don't expend quite as much energy. Plus, it's a matter of percentages. The more times that you have the football, the greater your chances are to score. It puts an undue pressure on the defense, and you just can't expect your defense to hold again and again. Those of you suffering Giant fans out there will be ready to attest that you cannot keep the defense on the field indefinitely and expect to win a football game. As good a defense as Tappan Zee has, they're going to bend, and eventually they will break. They have for 22 points today. I believe that was the last time out for the Golden Knights, and they have a 4th and long situation from their Tappan Zee 14-yard line. It's 4th and about 8. They're going for the touchdown here, no field goal. I can see Dillon is still in the ball game. See what kind of a formation they come out of and what kind of play will be called. You have a wing formation with a wide receiver to the right-hand side, in the backfield. Straight drop back pass. Dillon's got a man open in the corner. Oh, nice play by number 22, the man who was beaten previously
22
for the long game.
Defending. McCluskey.
It's number 22, McCluskey, defending on the play. Made a nice recovery there. The man was open. The split end did a straight flag pattern into the end zone. He was open momentarily. However, Dillon didn't spot him until a little bit too late. Didn't put enough on the football. That's a long, hard throw to make across the field. The ball wavered a little bit. 22, McCluskey recovered in time and made the play, saving a touchdown. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're at halftime with the score, the home, Nanuet Golden Knights 22, visiting Tappan Zee Dutchman, nothing. Mistakes, particularly the penalties in crucial situations like that one was right there. Wing T again, straight handoff inside, breaks a tackle. That's the other fullback. That's number 34.
Goswick carrying the ball.
It's Danny Goswick, number 34. Broke a tackle behind the line of scrimmage and moved up for a 6-yard gain. Brings it up to 2nd and 9. They break the huddle. They're moving to the line of scrimmage quite well. That is Tappan Zee moving. They're aggressive. They know they can get back in this ball game. They're a good enough ball club to do it. They just have to do the right things at the right time. Faked it. Inside handle. Good hit on inside. Nice run by number 27, Wendell Jackson, the big running back.
O'Connell on the tackle.
O'Connell, the linebacker, with a nice tackle on a 200-pound running back. Put the shoulder in and knocked him down. Good tackle, but a nice run on the play. Brings up 3rd and a long 4. 3rd and a long 4, a short 5. Big play right now. They're moving the ball well. They need to get the first down here to establish something early in the second half. Lyman calling signals, double wing formation. Ben's in motion. Lyman turns, running the option series, in the backfield, fakes and turns upfield, but they shut it down.
Gain of about 1.
I tell you, Lyman really scares you. In that particular case, he only gained 1 yard, but he could have been hit for a 4-yard loss. Had nobody to pitch the ball to. They shut down the option quite well. Each man was taken, and he still managed to move the ball up the field for positive yardage. A 1-yard gain brings up a 4th and a long 2. Picked up approximately 2 yards on the play. It'd be 4th and 2, and I'm sure Coach Jacob is going to go for it in this situation. He's down. He knows he's got to get back into this ball game. He knows he's got to establish something, and he's got to establish something early, and he's trying to do it right now. Lineman looking over the defense. Double wing formation, calling the signals. Man in motion is Jackson. Turns, straight handoff.
Handoff for TZ first down.
Big hole there on the play. That was number 46.
Jason Goddess carrying the ball.
Jason Goddess. You know, if Jason would have ran up with his head up that time, he could have run for good yardage. There was a huge hole there. Nice block by the tackle, blocking down on the defensive tackle. The tight end took out the defensive end. Nice hole up the middle. But however, Gottis was just looking for the first down, which he got, and more. If he would have run with his head up, he could have broke that for a long gainer. Wing left, Jackson in the wing. Lyman the quarterback. Turns, options
Lyman handing off.
Hands off the opposite direction. That's number 41.
Gain of about 1.
Benz again. He's stacked up for no gain on the defensive end. That's number 82 again. He's played an excellent defensive ball game. That's John Hipala.
Benz carrying the ball.
82, John Hipala has played an excellent game from his defensive end spot, completely shutting down the wide game for the Dutchman of Tappan Zee. They've not been able to take the ball wide. They've been doing their best running between the tackles right now. Wing to the right side, Ben's in the wing. Goddess and Jackson, the running backs. Lyman, the quarterback. Lyman fakes,
looking to pass.
looks to pass.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for Ben.
Looks like somewhat of a broken play there. Lyman looks like he's ready to run with the football just a little too eagerly. He should carry out his fakes a little bit more completely, get back, set up, and look for his receivers. However, I wonder if you noticed something on that play. Lyman is a right-handed quarterback. However, he was rolling to his left. It seemed like he couldn't get his right arm out to extend in order to throw the football. He switched to his left hand and threw the little shovel pass with his left hand. He's an excellent athlete. Double wing formation, Lyman calling the singles. Straight drop back pass. No.
Incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass. No, actually, folks, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, I have to apologize. I just noticed Lyman is a left-handed quarterback. I didn't notice that before. They haven't thrown that many passes until recently. I just noticed he is a southpaw quarterback. Brings up 4th and a long 9, just under 10 yards to go. With the way the punting game has gone for Tappan Zee and the way the game in general has gone, I'm sure in this particular situation, Coach Jacob is going to go for it. And indeed he is, as they break the huddle. They move to the line of scrimmage. It's 4th and 10 from the 40-yard line of the Golden Knights. Double wing formation. Goddess is a single setback. Ben's in motion. Fakes inside. Is the reverse play to number 27, Jackson. He's got good speed. He's in the open field. Puts him moving. He's got the sideline.
Knocked out of bounds.
Excellent running. Put a great fake on number 36, the defensive cornerback, Vince Scortino. I tell you, he is frightening in the open field. That's number 27, Wendell Jackson, 6'2", 195 pounds, big with speed. Nice job of play calling, excellent execution. He got a good block on the end from his wide receiver, blocked down on the linebacker and defensive end, opened that play up for him. He used his speed and his athletic ability to move the ball down the field. Excellent gain, 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Tappan Zee needs this very badly here to get back into the ball game. See, I like the way they came out for the second half. They came out aggressively. They're breaking their huddle quickly and cleanly, moving to the line of scrimmage, looking like they're ready to play football. And they've shown it. And they're doing what they do best, and that is running the football. Coach Conklin called a timeout for the Golden Knights. He doesn't like what he sees. They seem to be somewhat disoriented right now. They're not coming off the ball quite the way they were in the first half. Naturally, a coach, when you're up 22-0 at halftime, has to fight some complacency. It's much too early in the ball game to be complacent, I'll tell you right now. This is a pretty good rivalry here. These towns are very close together. These kids know each other quite well. They hang out in the same places. And it's a matter of pride here because last year, Tappan Zee won and the Golden Knights had to take a little bit of it from their friends. And it's not a pleasant thought, and you always look for revenge the next time you meet. And right now, they've had their measure of revenge in the first half. However, Tappan Zee knows what it feels like to win, and they want to feel that again. They break the huddle, moving smartly to the line of scrimmage. As I said, you'd be surprised how the little things like that count. It shows that the team is still playing with enthusiasm. Wing formation, bends the wing to the right. Two running backs, number 34 and number 27, Jackson.
Lyman heading off to Jackson.
Nice play.
By Jimmy O'Connell.
Excellent defensive play by number 41, Jimmy O'Connell, from his linebacking position. That play had yardage marked on it, I tell you. That was some good blocking at the points of attack, good running back carrying the ball. One man, there was only one man to stop the play, and he did it, number 41, Dan O'Connell. Wing formation, Benz in the wing to the right-hand side. Lyman calling signals, Benz goes in motion, strain handoff up the middle. It's number 46, Jason Goddess again, the fullback up the middle. Short gain, if any. Ball resting just outside the 10-yard line. Still 3rd and goal with the ball just outside the 10-yard line of the Golden Bears. Excuse me, the Golden Knights.
3rd down.
3rd and goal. Big play here. Now they have to get positive yardage. It's very important in high school football when you're near the goal line to get positive yardage. That's why the tackle by O'Connell on Jackson was so important on 1st down. It's so important to get positive yardage. Lyman with a fake, looking for man in the end zone. Ball slightly underthrown, broken up on a nice play.
By Bill Carisco.
That's number 21, Bill Carisco, and a nice play. Kid's only a sophomore from the safety position. Was a step behind the receiver, but recovered in time, played the ball well, and batted it away. Excellent play. The only problem right now with John Lyman, the quarterback, is he just seems to be just a little bit too aggressive. Should be a little bit more under control, carrying out his fakes, standing tall in the pocket, looking for his receivers down the field. Wing formation, Lyman at the quarterback. Goddess and Jackson, the running backs, timeout. Lyman. Good call by Lyman there. He's a heady quarterback, though. He's a veteran quarterback. He's a senior, one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Saw what he looked over the defense, didn't like what he saw, had to call timeout. In a particular case like this, when you're behind 22-0, you're driving for a score, it's very, very important that you get every point you possibly can. Obviously, in a football game, it's always important to get every point but that you can. However, with the first half already gone and a good portion of the 3rd quarter, with a good-looking drive on your hands, you don't want to stall out here. You got 4th and 10 from your opponent's 10-yard line. You want to put the ball in the end zone. You have to put the ball in the end zone. So Lyman wanted to make absolutely sure that they had the proper play called for this particular situation. Didn't like what he saw, called timeout, and he's discussing it with his coach right now. On the other side of the coin right now, Coach Conklin has mustered his troops into the huddle defensively and is saying how important it is that they shut them down right here and right now. You don't want to let them slip back into the ball game because momentum can change so quickly. For a team to come out to start the 2nd half, march down the field, and score a touchdown, it can mean a lot it could change the entire complexion for the rest of the game. I'm sure Coach Conklin is explaining that to his boys right now and saying, making certain physical adjustments, but also the mental adjustment to toughen up here, shut them down, and the game could be very well in hand. Big play here, big play. 4th and goal from the 11-yard line. Tappan breaks the huddle. Let's see what they show. Goddess and Jackson in the backfield, Benz in the end, Lyman calling the signals. Looks over the defense, Benz goes in motion. Fakes again, double pump fake, pulls the ball down. He's hit and fumbles.
Nanuet holds, Nanuet's ball, 1st and 10.
Good defensive play again by Nanuet. Lyman is just a little bit too aggressive right now. He's a little too over-anxious, I should say. Maybe aggressive is not the proper word. He's a little bit over-anxious. He's looking to do too many things himself. He's not faking well. He's not carrying out his fakes. He's not looking at his secondary receivers. If the primary receiver is covered, he's pulling the ball down and looking to run with the football. He's looking to shoulder too much of the burden by himself right now. What he should do is rely on his teammates. They're playing a good game. He's got a couple of good running backs. He's got Jackson. He's got Benz. He's got Goddess. He should be able to relax a little bit, do what he does best, make things happen, but also rely on his other players.
Tom Dillon handing off.
Fumble on the play. Tappan recovers.
Fumble on the play.
Tappan recovers. They give it right back. They give it right back. The referees have made no indication, though, as of yet. Yes, they are. They're giving the ball back to the Tappan Dutchman.
Big
play right now. 1st and 10 on the 18-yard line of Nanuet. Dillon turned around. Looked like there was a clean exchange. However, he was popped right in at the line of scrimmage. fumbled the ball, and Tappan Zee recovers. Unfortunately, I didn't see who recovered the football, but it's a big break for Tappan Zee. Maybe things will go their way in this second half. Wing in the backfield, inside reverse again. It's number 27 breaks a tackle. Jackson moving downfield.
Take the ball down
This kid can kill you.
6-yard line.
You know, I'm wondering why they didn't use him more often in the first half. They used him more as a decoy than anything else. I'm talking about number 27, Wendell Jackson. Big kid, 6'2", 200 pounds, with excellent speed. You could see his size and his speed. On one play, he breaks it around the end and sprints down the field. The next play is running up the middle, breaking tackles. Excellent looking running back, and they're using him as a serious offensive weapon in the first half. Straight dive, breaking tackles again. That's number 34.
Hand off to Goswick.
It's Danny Goswick, the sub fullback,
Ball
number
is on
34,
the
rotating
3-yard
plays
line.
in. Broke a few tackles and moved down. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. They're right back down in close again, and they have to score in this particular series. It's very important that they do right now. Goddess and Jackson in the backfield, lineman calling signals. Hands off is to Jackson, hesitates a little at the line of scrimmage. And he's
Jackson
stacked up
by the left side of the Nanuet line.
Stacked up by a host of Nanuet defenders there. In that particular case,
Dan O'Connor, Jerry
Jackson
Stead.
did something you should never, ever do on the goal line. He hesitated. He hesitated there. He's a big kid. When there is no hole, he's certainly big enough and strong enough to run over people. Should put his head down and get as much positive yardage as he can. It's so important not to sustain a loss on the goal line, especially in high school football. You have to continually get positive yardage, even if it's just a yard or two, because you can always go for it on 4th down. Wing T formation again.
Lyman
Keeper by
keeping.
Lyman. Pulls the ball down, and he's hammered down again.
By Tom Dillon.
Number 14, Tom Dillon, in on the goal line, made an excellent play. The quarterback for Nanuet, putting the hit on the quarterback for
4th and goal.
Tappan Zee, stops him for no gain. 4th and goal from just inside the 5-yard line. Once again, as I said, Lyman is an excellent athlete. He's a good, gutsy kid. He's trying to make things happen, but he's trying just a little bit too hard right now. I don't know, sometimes a young kid can read too much of his own press clippings and start to press a little bit, expect that he has to win every game, and that's not the case. In that particular instance, again, called his own number on the rollout, was hit for no gain. Big play here. Handoff up the middle, he's got a hold.
46.
He stopped just short of the goal line, though. He broke a couple of tackles
Stopped
at the
at
line
the
of
1-yard
scrimmage.
line.
It's number 46, Jason Goddess. Broke a couple of tackles, and he stopped just short
Nanuet
of the
takes
goal
over
line.
on its own 1-yard line, 1st and 10.
That's got to be heartbreaking. That has to be absolutely heartbreaking for the Tappan Zee offensive club. They make a big turnover. The defense gets a big turnover for them. They recover the fumble on the Nanuet 17-yard line. They have a couple of good runs. They've got 1st and goal from the 5-yard line, only to be stopped on 4th down, inches short of the goal line. Has to be very disheartened. Defensively, they have to rally here. They have to rally and hold Nanuet for little yardage. Hopefully, they can get another fumble or another turnover. Straight dive to number 22, Mark Judge. Short gain on the play. Pickup of 1, 2nd and 9.
Hand off to Judge.
Right now, you've got to be feeling that Nanuet is not
Gain
going to
of
do
1.
anything too fancy here. They can't risk an
2nd and
interception or a
9
fumble.
on the 2-yard line.
And don't think that Tappan Zee's big defensive linemen don't know that. They're going to be raging, and they're playing run all the way and being refused, and basically refusing to be moved. 2nd and 9 on the play. Nanuet breaks the huddle. Eye backfield. Dillon, the quarterback, turns, hands off. No, fakes. Tries to run the
Dillon
option
carrying the
series.
ball.
New fullback in there right now, number 33, Tony Martinez. He faked to Martinez, the fullback, on the option dive series. Pulled the ball out and tried to turn the corner, but was stopped for no gain. 3rd and long, 3rd and 9. Again, another in a series of big plays for the Tappan Zee defense. Tappan Zee, as I said, has played from the beginning an excellent ball game. They've had a few breaks go against them, and much to Nanuet's credit, has taken advantage of them for a 22-0 lead. Time running out in the 3rd quarter. Dillon takes signals. He's back to pass. Looking for receiver over the middle. There's going to be a flag.
Flag on a play. It is a flag on a play.
He just basically threw that ball up for grabs. The ball was intended for number 46. That's Dan O'Connor. Playing end in that particular case. Was doing nothing but a fly pattern, a post pattern. That was number 22 again, the man who was victimized in the first half with a long pass that led to 1 touchdown. And again, instead of playing the ball, he continues to play the man. Unfortunately, as I said, I do not have him listed on my roster to see whether he's an underclassman or what, but he's playing as if he is relatively inexperienced. Pass interference call, which is in high school football, is not marked from the point of the infraction. The ball is not moved to the point of the interference, but rather a 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. It'll give them give the Golden Knights a first down on their own 17-yard line. Right now, 22 for Tap NZ, who appears, as I said, to be a relatively inexperienced defensive back, has to start playing more aggressively, playing the ball instead of the man. I backfield with a pro set. Dylan calling the signals. Turns. Goes
Dylan
straight
looking to
track.
pass.
Again, number 46.
Dan O'Connor.
Dan O'Connor, 46, receives the ball. 11-yard gain and a first down. The ball's moved up to the 27-yard line for the Golden Knights. First down. Once again, in man-to-man coverage, that was number 22 for Tap NZ, who is having a little bit of problems right now, as I said, because he's not playing aggressively. As a former defensive back, I can tell you it's very, very important to play aggressively. If you do play aggressively on the corner, you can be expected to make some mistakes. However, it's the only way to play the position. A good aggressive mistakes can be tolerated. Soft mistakes cannot.
Dylan on a keeper.
Option series, Dylan trying to get to the outside, and he's hammered down on the play.
Gain of about 2.
Ran the option series, faked the dive inside, moved to the outside, turned the corner for short yardage. Picked up only a yard, maybe 2 yards on the play. Call it 2nd and 8. Right now, Tap NZ has to shut down the Nanuet offense, obviously, and get the ball back. They're 22 points now. They don't have strict quick strike capabilities. They need the football to score points. Pro set, man in motion. Dylan goes straight back to pass.
Pass over the middle to Jimmy O'Connell.
Breaks a tackle. He's got the corner. If he's got speed, he can go all the way.
At the 50. Knocked out of bounds at the Nanuet, at the TZ 32-yard line.
Excellent play calling, and excellent execution by the Nanuet Golden Knights. That was just a quick fake off the dive, quick slant-in pattern from the wide receiver, slanting in over the middle, broke a tackle, picked up a block from the other wide receiver, and moved down the field for a substantial gain, a very sizable gain, as a matter of fact. They're now in Tap NZ territory. 1st and 10 from the TZ 32-yard line. Excellent play calling there by Rich Conklin, their coach. This is a well-coached ball club. He does a good job with them. Pro set, Dylan calling the signals. 41 in motion, straight dive. Oh, and he's hammered.
Behind the line.
Number 22 Judge by number 74 again, who's played an excellent game on defense. That's
Guy Calora made the
Guy
tackle.
Calora again. I'm sorry, I don't mean to forget his name, as I said, but I'm up here alone with no spotters today, and it's a little bit difficult. And I should remember his name because he's played an outstanding game. He was not even listed as a starter. That's number 74, Guy Calora.
22, TZ
6'3", 245. That's the end of the third quarter right now, with the Nanuet Golden Knights leading the visiting Tap NZ Dutchman 22-0.
We'll be right back. 1984 belongs to your Toyota dealer. Nobody else has 16 all-new truck models. Nobody else has an all-new extra cab with more head, leg, and shoulder room than Toyota's ever had. And nobody else has electronic fuel-injected sport trucks. Toyota, America's #1 selling import truck for 5 years in a row. 84 is our year, all right. See your Toyota dealer now.
Nobody else can give you the feeling. Toyota.
If your next muffler system or repair is done by Major Muffler, you're not only guaranteed a perfect fitting custom muffler system, but you also get our lifetime guarantee on all mufflers, pipes, clamps, gaskets, and our quality craftsmanship. Major Muffler Guarantee is honored at over 2,300 locations in major cities in the U.S. and Canada. Your service station of the future, Major Muffler of West Nyack, is located on Route 303 diagonally across from the Cuckoo's Nest. Major Muffler, the top quality muffler system with the best guarantee.
Nuestro restaurante El Bandido, nuestro cocinero prepara los mejores tacos, las mejores enchiladas, los mejores burritos, los platos más auténticos de la comida mexicana. ¿Sabe usted por qué?
Porque yo soy el chef.
For delicious, authentic Mexican food, come to El Bandido in Spring Valley, New York.
Nosotros los esperamos.
Welcome back, folks. The start of the fourth quarter. Nanuet leading in the ball game. The start of the fourth quarter over at Tappan Zee, 22-0. They have the ball on the Tappan Zee 34-yard line, 2nd and 11. Straight drop back pass. Tom Dillon looks downfield.
Incomplete pass intended for Jimmy O'Connell.
He had a man open, number 41, Jimmy O'Connell, on a slanted pattern. However, the ball was underthrown and skipped to him on one bounce. Incomplete, brings up 3rd and 11 and another passing situation. I'll tell you, at the beginning of the game, we heard a lot about John Lyman as a quarterback, and he is an excellent quarterback. But I'm just as impressed right now with number 14 for the Golden Knights, and that's Tom Dillon. Shows good poise. He's got good running ability. He's a nice-sized kid, stands in the pocket well, looks for his receivers, and has a good, strong arm. I formation right now, fake inside to the fullback. He's got a man open down the field. It's intercepted, though. Oh, it's slightly underthrown. Number 81, Drummond picked off the pass. Got a couple of blocks.
He turns the ball to the 24-yard line, where it'll be TZ's ball, 1st and 10.
It never fails, I tell you. Every time I start to tout a prospect or whatever, a particular player, something drastic happens, I'll have to keep my mouth shut. I'm sure Mr. Dillon will echo that. Stood tall in the pocket, had some pretty good pass protection. However, he overthrew the ball. And number 81 playing the safety position, that's Drummond, made a nice play to run down the ball and made a nice return. Ball turns over, Tappan Zee's ball on their own 25-yard line. They go back into the wing tee. Let's see if they'll use Mr. Jackson again, Wendell Jackson, who was instrumental on a couple of long third-quarter drives. No, it's a straight dive play. It's number 41, number 46, Jason Goddess, the fullback, straight dive play for good yardage. It's a shame. Tappan Zee is getting good yardage on 1st down. They're driving with the football against an excellent defensive club, yet they can't put the ball in the end zone. They break the huddle, and they come out in the wing tee again. Jackson in motion. Lyman turns around, hands off to his other fullback. It's number 34, Dan Goswick. Moves up the field on basically the same play. Picks up 3 yards. Bring up 3rd and short. Ball's on the Dutchman own 34-yard line. 3rd and 1 on the play. See if we can set the defense for you for Nanuet. Appear to be in a 4-4 defense. Yes, they are. They're in a 4-4 defense. 4 down linemen with 4 linebackers. Lineman calling the signals offensively for Tappan Zee. Reverse buck play. Nice hole there. Breaking tackles. That's number 41, Benz.
Benz carrying the ball. There's a flag on the play.
Number 41, Pat Benz, on a inside reverse. He came from the wing. They faked inside and came with the inside reverse. Carried for good yardage. Preliminary indications against Nanuet. Could be the break that Tappan Zee needed. Tappan Zee has moved the ball up and down the field in the second half and still have nothing to show for it. As I said, the score is very deceptive, even though Nanuet has also played an excellent ball game by taking advantage of the breaks that they made. A couple of bad snaps, a couple of fumble recoveries, and converted them into first half points. But Tappan Zee has played also an excellent game. And if they can eliminate these mistakes and score here, they still have time to get back into the ball game. Wing T formation.
Lyman looking to pass. Incompleted pass.
He had the right idea, but poor execution that time again. They tried to have that little hitch screen set up to number 41, Benz. However, he was covered at the line of scrimmage, but Benz did the right thing. He did what a good receiver should always do. Never stay in the same spot. If you're deep, you should always come back to the quarterback if he's in trouble. If you're short, you should take off down the field, which is exactly what he did. However, Lyman should have let him clear a little bit further, lofted the ball up. It could have been a sizable gain. However, it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 40-yard line of Nanuet. Man in motion is Jackson.
Lyman looking to pass.
Yes, he's open downfield. Ball is overthrown, though. However, they're going to, even if it was complete, I'm sure they're going to bring it back.
But there's a flag on the play.
Number 27, Wendell Jackson, the man in motion, broke for the line of scrimmage before the snap of the ball, which, of course, is an illegal procedure penalty. It was very obvious to most of the people on the sidelines here that he did exactly that. As he cut across the field, He broke up towards the line of scrimmage before the snap of the ball, which, as I said, in any level of football, college, pro, or high school, is considered illegal procedure. Now, if we were playing the Canadian League, it would be a different story. A little bit of trivia there from the cesspool of worthless knowledge, which my friends tend to call me sometimes. But now to the business at hand, which is the ball game. 3rd and 10 situation. Tappan Zee has the ball on the Nanuet 41-yard line. Lyman straight back to pass. The left-handed quarterback looks downfield. Oh, nice defensive play by number 46, Dan O'Connor. You know, who didn't actually bat the ball down completely, but he may have gotten a small piece of it and deflected it away from the wide receiver. That's number 81. That's Mike Drummond again, the man who intercepted the pass to set up this drive. Sometimes it only takes that little flick to really distract a wide receiver. And that's exactly what happened in that particular case. Fourth down, and once again, TZ is forced to go for it. Double wing formation. Lone setback is Goddess, the fullback. It's Jackson in motion. Lyman straight back to pass. The lefty rolling left. Good rush. Hammered down. That's number 50, Rob Shucker. Once again, the nose tackle on an excellent play. Broke through the block of the center, tracked down the quarterback, and the ball turns over once again. I'll tell you, this Tappan Zee defense, excuse me, this Nanuet defense is tough. And Coach Conklin told me exactly what to expect from them. He said, you can see them bend occasionally. They bend, but they seldom break. It's exactly what's happened today, and it's very characteristic of the second half. They have given up a sizable amount of yardage, but obviously no points. With a little under 10 minutes remaining in the game, they lead 22-0. They have the ball on their own 45-yard line. Power I formation, handoff to number 22, Mark Judge.
Handing off
breaking tackles.
Mark
Moves upfield for a first down. 11-yard gain. It'll be a first down.
12-yard gain.
This is the time of game that can test a losing team's character right now. They know they're down considerably, 22 points. They've moved the ball well on offense and have nothing to show for it. Can dishearten a defense that's played as well as TZ's defense has played. But right now, they've got to dig in and not give up any more points. Tappan Zee is looking just to control the ball, and they show it in their formation, a very tight double wing, power I formation. They're coming right at TZ right now with the power I formation. There's nothing deceptive about that whatsoever. You run behind your best side of the offensive line, which in this particular case is there left to the top of the screen, and you run behind your 2 running backs in the backfield. You give the you give the ball to the deep man in the eye, which in that case was number 22, Mark Judge. Let the 2 lead blockers block for him and get as much yardage as they can, picking up 4 and 5 yards a clip. Same thing to the right side, power I right. This time the handoff is to the sophomore, number 21, breaking tackles and moving upfield for a sizable gain.
Bill Carisco carrying the ball for a Nanuet first down.
That's Bill Carisco, the sophomore. So you got to be impressed with this kid. He's listed at 140 pounds, and I don't think that might be with all of his equipment on. But the coach said he's a gutsy kid, and obviously it'd have to be a sophomore that small and playing varsity level football and doing well. Picked up the first down, 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights on the TZ 30-yard line. Inside crossbuck play, breaking tackles.
Number 41, Jimmy O'Connell carrying the ball.
Inside crossbuck play, number 41, Jimmy O'Connell, breaking tackles. Another sizable gain on first down. Right now, it looks like TZ has pretty much had their fill of it. They seem to be tiring somewhat on defense. The defense has played a good game, and as I said, in the first half, they've been on the field for a good period of time, and they're tiring right now, especially on a fairly warm day, near 80 degrees. Power I formation, Dylan hands off. That's 21, Carisco again.
Carrying.
Breaking tackles, still breaking tackles, and still going.
Flag on the play, though.
We have a penalty flag down on the play. It's going to negate a pretty good run again by Bill Carisco, number 21, the sophomore running back. Again, nothing fancy. The power I formation, getting good blocking at the point of attack. Moving the ball up the field. I know Coach Conklin will appreciate me mentioning his offensive linemen who have done such an excellent job They include number 63, Tom Anisi, number 55, Mike Del Pazzo. The two co-captains, they're doing an excellent job on the line of scrimmage. So the penalty moves the ball back to the 31-yard line, 2nd and 11. They're getting a nice run by number 21. It's going to be a pass play.
Looking to pass.
Ball's overthrown again. That could have been called offensive interference.
Incomplete.
Intended for number 46, Dan O'Connor. However,